Thank you for pressing play, and welcome to another episode of
FanKingHaters,
your weekly fantasy show where we dish out hate on those players who screw up your lineup. I'm Marcus the Greek. To my left is Melodic. To my right, Messiah the One. You can follow us on FanDuel. So, let's get right into it. Melodic, who's your week 2 hate?
Man, week 2 hate. Lineup didn't do too well. No money. No money yet for the last 2 weeks, actually. But as far as hater of the week, Keenan Allen, 0.6 points, dude. That's I don't even know, dude.
Yeah, there's no
That's 0.6. I spent $8,200 on you.
Not a value pick.
Yeah, you officially benched with the Olsen, so welcome to the club.
And Olsen had 1 point.
That's all. That's all I gotta say about you.
Messiah, who you hate?
Well, you know, I'm kind of like him. I'm kind of a little disgusted, but I hate to say it. But mine was Drew Brees. He got me 13.1 points, but first home game at the Dome. I think I'm expecting fireworks. I'm expecting 30 plus, at least 28 at the least. Right. And 13.1 was just such a disappointment. And usually I pick 2 haters, but I'm just gonna choose like the whole Saints team. If you choose their defense or anybody else on their team, the only bright spot is Mark Ingram, and he's getting lucky by tripping in the end zone once. But other than that, I'm saying my haters of the week go to the Saints organization. And
so y'all going back to them bags?
The bags came out last game, and I'm hoping that we keep saying the Aints no more, man. We don't need the Aints to come back. But it looks like we're heading that direction, and it's not good.
My week 2 hate, first and foremost, Rafrod Jennings.
Yeah,
man.
Told you.
Yeah.
I did. Y'all did. Y'all did.
We both told you.
Yeah.
I should have listened to y'all. I should have listened to y'all.
Watch last week from the jump. No Jennings.
I knew I should have played the lottery.
3.4 points. I knew a Rashad in high school who was a fraud-ass dude, so I should have known better. My other hate, Lil Brown, a.k.a. John Brown.
The 13-year-old?
Yes, the 13-year-old dog. 7 points. My kicker got me 7 points.
But, you know, usually a 13-year-old's usually in the 7th grade, so, you know.
Hey, his 13-year-old, 7th grade ass made me want to get a switch like AP.
That's dirty, man. It's dirty as hell.
You can't put that dude on blast like
I'm just saying, Lil Brown, you got one more time. I might let you pick out your switch.
Man.
Melodic, what's your week 3 lineup?
Man, week 3, Phillip Rivers, 644 yards so far this season, 2 games. Remember that. 4 touchdowns.
Nice.
And 55 out of 68, which is actually 80%, if I'm not mistaken.
Good stat.
Well, out of those 55, it seemed like they must have missed Keenan Allen last week.
No, he did. He sure did. He missed them. He went to him 0.6 amount of times.
Yeah, that's dirty.
Yeah, not bad. Who else do I got? I got Dion Lewis and Joseph Randle.
Homer pick.
It is a homer pick. I am a Cowboys fan. It's okay. You bring on hate, comments, whatever. I hear it all day. Antonio Brown. I think he has like 328 yards so far this season. 2 touchdowns in 2 weeks. Average 1 a game. I'll take that. I got Larry Fitzgerald. 3 touchdowns. 2 games.
But you know, you gotta remember though, he's had 3 touchdowns in that last game.
It's okay. I think that was a good start for him. I think he's going to continue on this week, and at least he'll at least have 1 and 60 plus yards.
I got to feel like it'll be a John Brown week because, you know, they kind of been alternating.
Don't tell me that.
The first week was John Brown, second week has been Fitzgerald, or could it be a Malcolm Floyd? So it's going to be interesting to say.
Yeah, it depends on Carson Palmer.
True, and the running game. And, you know, I'm not going to hate on Fitzgerald. He's a hell of a player.
Right.
But it just seems like that's a trend that's going on so far this year.
I hear you. I got Edelman. He also has 2 touchdowns and 200 plus yards. Or 200 actually, maybe close on the dot. So, you know, he's a big weapon for New England. And, you know, I think he'll get some points. I got Heath Miller and Steven Gostkowski. I think that's how you say, I believe. kicker for New England. He got me, I believe, 18, 19 points on my own fantasy team last week.
That's a good save.
So I'm gonna stick with you. I'm gonna ride with you on both. So we're here. Seahawks D. They're 0-2. They are at home against Chicago with a backup quarterback.
It's a good pick.
I think they will come through, smash on these boys. Chicago right now, you know what I mean? Forte is a beast in the backfield, but because Seattle is at home, like I said.
Legion of Boom is back. Cam is back.
Right.
Cam is
so we'll see what happens with that. But that is my week 3 lineup. If you feel free to take from it, actually, go away from it. Obviously, the way my season has been going lately, the past 2 weeks, but do what you want, to each his own.
For me, I went with Ashley Madison, aka T1000, Tom Terrific. My running back, I went with Beast Mode. The return of Cam, like we just said, should equal short fields, should get in the end zone. My other running back, I went with Latavius Murray. Sounds like a black Greek, playing a horrible rush defense. So we'll see what happens. My wide receiver, he's not a little man, but an Edelman. Trying to double dip right there. Then I went with James Jones. He's a Jones. We all know the stat of James Jones and Aaron Rodgers, and they're playing in Lambeau. Then my last receiver, I went with Baby Mama Drama himself, BM, Brandon Marshall. Eagles can't cover anybody. He's a target master. So I think that's going to be a good pick for my tight end. I kind of went sleeper with my tight end. I went with Eric Ebron. He's playing my Broncos. My Broncos should have Matt Stafford getting rid of that ball quick. So his safety blanket will be used more than Linus's. Kicker, I went with Seabass. And my defense, I went with the Panthers. The Panthers are playing the Saints. Who's the backup Saints quarterback?
Chase Daniels.
I don't think so. He does have a Verizon commercial, though.
That's right, McCown.
So, who's your lineup?
Well, this week I'm definitely not going to go. I'm going to veer away from my heart. So, no Saints. So, I'm actually going to go with, Cam, going against my Saints. As long as Rob Ryan is the defensive coordinator with the Saints, I would choose anybody going against the Saints defense as long as he's the D coordinator.
Yeah.
I backdoor with Beast Mode at my running back. The Chicago defense is giving up over 200 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. And if you telling me that Beast Mode goes into week 4 with 0 touchdowns, I don't think so. I didn't want to rock the boat, so I went against the Saints defense again with Jonathan Stewart at running back.
Are y'all going back to the paper bag days, dog? Like on your shirt?
Well, he said ain't no ain'ts no more, but hopefully these bags don't come out, but they did show up last week. We got to get it together, Saints. But, hey, off the Saints right now. So I went with money when it came to my receivers. I went with Antonio Brown, averaging 9 catches. I need frequency in my receiver position, so I went with Julian Edelman. Hopefully he can go ahead and get another Slotty Pippen, give him another 11 catches. Hopefully over 100, hopefully 3 touchdowns. I'll take 4, but 1 would be good. I backdoored and doubled up, so I went ahead and went with Doug Baldwin going against Chicago. If Beast Mode's on the ground, hopefully Doug Baldwin's doing his thing in the air.
Just worried about, like I told you, Jimmy Graham. He complaining. I think he's going to get targeted a lot. I think it's a good pick. I'm just worried about it. Just worried a little bit.
That can happen as long as it happens next week. But for this week, I just need Doug Baldwin to go out for me. So I went ahead and went cheap, and I went with a sleeper pick at tight end. Jason Witten being banged up. If he does play good, but he's not going to get much run. So I'm going with Escobar, my tight end.
Nice change.
My kicker, I went with Nick Folk with the Jets. They're moving the rock. Hopefully he gets in field goal range. And my defense, the theme of this week, it seems like is, new quarterbacks and defenses that have an opportunity to tee off and get some sacks and get some turnovers. So I went with Falcons D versus Whedon. I'm not worried about the Cowboys at this point without the big targets, the big people.
That's true. Hey, thanks again for pressing play. You can follow us on Twitter at
FanKingHaters,
or you can watch our YouTube channel under Marcus Smith or
FanKingHaters.
We'll see you back here next week at 10 a.m. Central because we're tired of the East Coast bias.
And guys, utilize this. You gotta utilize this. We show you who not to pick. I haven't won $1 yet, but guess what? Neither had those guys either. And if you really want to make sure that you want to win the money, look at Melodious lineup. He's picked 2 bombs back to back. Until next time, y'all. Later.